Alright, this little coolant tube project is all buttoned up. You know, I welded up the coolant over or bypass nipple there, blasted and painted it, so it could be a couple hours to dry. We'll be on our way down to pick up John in a little bit, and on our way down to Pete's this evening, and to get them work on his car.
I wonder who did that for you.
Yeah. Yeah, not bad, though. Not bad. Yeah, I'll clean my car a bit if he turns up every time.
Imagine.
Alright, so back at Pete's Wednesday. It is freezing outside.
It's freezing.
Freezing.
So we had the big torpedo heater blasting just a minute ago, but I had to turn it off so we can hear each other talk and record some video. So John's already turning wrenches. So the distributor had to come back out because we have to take the water neck fitting off so we can put the coolant tubes on here. We're just gonna kind of be spider monkeying everything today. There's so many jobs to do. We're just gonna find some room, get in there, and get wrenching.
Yeah,
So
I'm under here.
he found some more bolts for the bell housing.
Found some more bolts, so we're putting them in. Yeah.
So
they're bolts. They might not be the bolts, but they're bolts.
so we got to get the drive shaft in. We got to do bolts for the transmission mount. Get the bolts in for the engine mount, and just a little this, little that, little everything. So we're just gonna get wrenching and see how far we get. Bring you back in a bit.
Okay, here we go. There's the gearbox mount, all in, all done up, all tight. Prop shaft is in. Gearbox mount is done. I'm taking special video of this because I'm so impressed with it. And not only have I got one of these, but John's got one and Mike's got one.
There's only a few of them in the UK.
Yeah, 3. Prop shaft is in, bolted up, so we are good to go. Okay, so this is all old school.
Yep. So this is what Pete, who's recording right now, that was the original panel that we had.
So we had fuel, line lock, fan, and meth,
And
that was
a dummy
nitrous purge.
you don't need
But
that
we
shit.
don't have nitrous anymore.
So now what we've got is this one, and just to let everybody know, yes, the ashtray door actually does work.
Yes.
And this switch panel is now going to slip right in there.
And we have fuel, burnout, meth, fan, and 2 extras.
And 2 extras, so nitrous 1 and nitrous 2. No, I was kidding. But anyway, yeah. What was the company that we got the panel from? Do you remember?
Vendor on eBay.
So if you look for it on eBay,
Yep.
it's a hell of a commercial. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's really good.
But so just so you know, though, just to be totally transparent, it's not exactly 100% like just rigid stuff. It's pretty flexible, which is good and bad. The flexibility part probably unlikely to crack or break, and gives you a little bit of, you know, if it's not completely totally squared and straight. So there's that. But if you're looking for something a little more stiff, like aluminum plating or whatever like that, then it's not going to be the same exact thing. But for the purposes of Pete's car, that's going to be 100%.
And when that's in there and Paul.
Yep, it'll be completely hidden with the ashtray door. And then back open to do whatever.
Race mode.
Race mode. So there you go.
Alright, we're wiring up the switch panel. And first thing I notice is these switches are not quality.
Not what?
The splices that the terminals that they include with it, as soon as you try to push them on, they're really hard, and then they literally pushed the pins into the connector.
So they recess into the connector.
And then I pulled it back out, but it didn't work anymore.
Garbage.
So it broke some connection in there. So we got to get new switches and be more careful. But well, after that learning moment, all right, do this with the light out just so you can see them light up. So burnout should still work. The light here on the A-pillar, it's a flashing LED, so you don't forget to turn it off, or not like you won't forget because your finger's on the button, but and then fuel pump, light, fan, the light, and the methanol is not hooked up yet, and we need some better switches because the other ones suck. So yeah, I like to get blue for the fan, green for the meth. That's the wire color we used, and red for the fuel. So yeah, we'll get this thing wired up and get this console mounted. I'm gonna build you a nice harness. So all you gotta do is unplug it.
Yeah.
And then you can remove the this console insert. So, all right.
We're starting to spend too much time on Pete's car.
So we can shut this down.
I'll get the battery charger on it tomorrow.
Yeah.
Okay.
You already got an overview of everything else.
Yep.
I think.
Right.
So it is 5 to 11.
It is late.
Freezing cold.
Excuse me. Don't forget what we've been doing,
Yeah.
John.
So all right. We'll come back. So what Pete and I did was we went ahead and we put the headers back on. Minor stuff, but believe it or not, the hardest part was actually getting the dipstick tube back in. So that's where we routed it. That's where Pete did from the hard part from underneath.
Radiator.
We got the radiator back in as well, and
Wiring.
The wiring going back all the way. Also underneath the car. I don't think you guys got that on video, but. The distributor we pulled just so we could get the heater lines back up in here. This is the first time the heater lines have been in this car for probably 20 years, maybe more.
Never had
since you've had it. So Mike brought these tubes over after painting them. So we got the tubes in, runs it back, and we've got a few more cosmetic things to work on as well. And
this is where the temperature sender unit's going to go.
Yep.
For the sniper fuel injection. And we're going to have to make some...
Shh, don't tell anybody about that.
Don't worry.
We'll be making some modifications to the fuel system.
Yep.
And the rest of the car to make it work. So, making everything tighten it up. The BTM, MSD, some function of that will not be used anymore because it'll all be controlled by the computer.
The starter saver, whatever it's called.
Yeah,
you won't need this. You won't need this.
Yeah, those are what we say OBE, overcome by events, because something else will be taken over command.
Yeah. So, yeah. Oh, yeah, the headers look good. So
I'd say so because I did the least passengers.
So
can't say what the driver's side looks like. Pete.
Yeah, how many times did you do the passenger side, John?
That was twice.
Why was that, John?
That was because, it's because of issues.
You gotta have like gaskets and stuff. Yeah.
Well, that's because John likes to drink and nobody else does. So
I got a little overzealous. I want to get this header on. I'll do this one.
Somebody got the header on really quick, and then Pete had to remind him that there was a gasket missing.
You're not using the gasket then, mate.
It was just it was a clearance issue.
Nicely done.
All right, everybody. Wrapping up another Wednesday evening, and I'll get this uploaded here, and I'll catch you again soon in the next video.